Hello Rangers and welcome to Ranger Ruby YouTube channel. In today's video, I'll be going over the sounds of the national parks. Let's go ahead and dive right on in. So when you first see the title of this video, you might think the sounds of the national parks. How on earth is that important? What does it mean? Like, there's so many just weird questions that come up when you hear that. And in today's video, we'll be going over why the soundscapes of the national parks are so important. And there was way more to this than I initially thought. So buckle your seatbelts, y'all. Let's enjoy the ride. Each national park has a unique soundscape. The natural and cultural sounds in a park awakens a sense of wonder that connects us to the qualities that define each of these special places. They are part of a web of resources that the National Park Service protects under the Organic Act. From the haunting calls of an elk in the mountains to the patriotic calls of a bugling horn across historic battlefields, the NPS invites you to experience all of these different sounds in your own way. So why are these sounds important, and what are some examples of what they can be? Well, for the more natural wildlife and nature side of national parks, these are important for the animals because they establish communication, establish the territories that they're in, they help them find habitats, they can be used for courting and mating rituals, for raising families, for finding food, for avoiding predators, and for protecting their young. Just like we use sounds to communicate with each other, so do these animals, and they're a part of the natural soundscape inside every national park. The sounds of nature are also super important for the visitors. Can you imagine going to Yellowstone National Park and seeing a beautiful waterfall and not hearing the bubbling, rushing sounds of hundreds of pounds of water going over the edge of a cliff? I can't. It's super important to our experience and to connecting us to these places. And more on the cultural historic side of the national parks, these are important because this relates us to other humans, whether it's the way Native Americans communicated with each other through their language and songs and instruments, or the way that we did in past wars and during times of peace, and they're super important to connect us to our past selves. So now that we know why the soundscapes of the national parks are important and where you can find them, let's go into a little bit more about where you can find them when you're at your own home. The National Park Service and the National Park Foundation, the official charity of the national parks, invite you to tune into Park Tracks, an innovative audio experience to help counter the bustle and hustle of everyday life wherever you live, and tap into the trends and tranquility of mindfulness that can be found in the national parks. There will be two links in which I'll have down below. One of them is for Park Tracks, where you can listen to specific and selected tracks that the National Park Service offers to you, and other are gallery sounds. You can just scroll through this list and it takes you to a bunch of hyperlinks where you can listen to a bunch of different animals, frogs, waterfalls, all kinds of stuff to help you tune into these national parks. Both of those, again, will be linked in the description. And finally, this is just a little bit of extra tidbits of information. How on earth are all of these sounds recorded? Because I hadn't even thought of this before I looked into it on the National Park Service's website. But the National Park Service did an interview with this dude named Jacob Job, who is a natural sounds recordist. I didn't even know that was an official job. And they interviewed him and talked to him, and you can read the article that I put in the description about this, where you can see how he records these sounds, what he chooses to record, and all this other interesting stuff about the sounds of national parks that I literally never even thought of before. So if you're kind of a little bit extra nerdy like me, be sure to check out that link in the description. Well, everybody, that is the end in today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to give this video a huge thumbs up and comment down below your thoughts. I'd love to hear from you. Also, be sure to click that red subscribe button and the little bell next to it to always know when I post new videos. Thank you so much for watching again, and I shall see you next video. Bye!